U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry is expected in the country shortly. His 5-day tour of Africa begins here in Kenya, where he is scheduled to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta Monday morning at State House. The two leaders will discuss regional security and stability.
Specific issues likely to be discussed will include stabilizing our northern neighbor, South Sudan, which, as you know, is dealing with recent upheaval.
Secretary Kerry is also likely to inquire about stabilizing Somalia, where the government is battling threats by Shabaab.
Considering that we live in a tough neighborhood, fighting terrorism is also likely to feature.
The threat of terror attacks having compelled Kenya to shut down the Dadaab refugee camp, which is believed to be the breeding ground for the militants. But the plight of refugees has been a key concern for the international community, and Kenya now says she will respect international obligations, forbidding forcible return of refugees to an unsafe place.
We are not an island as a nation, so we will definitely go by the international community. But we have put our deadline, and I think it will be acceptable at the United Nations General Assembly meeting.
Kenya hopes to close down the camp by the 30th of November and expects the UN General Assembly next month in New York to discuss the modalities of the repatriation process.
And you know, there are several stages of repatriation. There are third countries who would want to receive some refugees, like United States of America. They are willing to take 15,000 refugees.
In 2015, U.S. President Barack Obama pledged to give Kenya 9.5 billion shillings to combat Al-Shabaab, which has launched attacks in which hundreds of Kenyans have been killed in recent years. Kerry's visit comes ahead of the 6th Tokyo International Conference on Africa's Development, ticad, in which at least 35 heads of state are expected in the country. Kenya's ambassadors to 18 different nations have returned to assist during the ticad conference, which will kick off next weekend. Sylvie Chebet, Sunday Live.